Welcome to Straight from the Muzzle, folks, where we are anything but straight. My name is Space.
And I'm Bean.
And we welcome you to our show, which is about what today?
Today we are talking about furry YouTube, and we actually have a guest star with us, Pocari Roo. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello! How is it going? I've never done a podcast intro before. I'm so used to being able to wave around and talk with my hands, but I can't do that right now. So, hi.
I still find myself talking with my hands, even though I'm recording.
I'm just imagining it.
Yeah, just all over the place. But yeah, I've been a furry YouTuber for, I guess, probably like 4 or 5 years now, but I've been doing it as my full-time job for about 2.5 years now. And it's been a pretty good gig.
Sounds awesome.
So you've been doing this as your full-time job for about 2.5 years. Did you have like a background in video making before you started? I know some people get into videography before they start a YouTube channel, or were you like brand spanking new with it?
Like nothing professional. I didn't really study it too greatly. I more just enjoyed making videos. Like I was making terrible Pokemon AMVs back in like 2008 on freaking Movie Maker.
Oh, I made Naruto ones.
Yeah, they're all gone now because thanks to copyright strikes, but
yeah,
they're probably in the depths of the internet somewhere. But yeah, I've always really enjoyed it. Or like even when I was really little, I was always like stealing mum and dad's video camera off them to go make movies with my toys and stuff. So it's just always been like a hobby throughout my entire life, really.
God, yeah, I feel like a lot of young people must have stolen cameras to make videos with their toys. I see kids on TikTok doing it with like Littlest Pet Shops. I'm like, memories.
Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't have any social media growing up because now all my cringy stuff will never see the light of day.
I know, right? Gosh, I would have been so embarrassed. I remember at some point I made like a wedding video for my stuffed animals, and I tied a headphone cord to one of them to pull it down the aisle so I wasn't moving it with my hands. But you can obviously like see the cord. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Well, that's the cutest.
That's... I would love to see that video.
I wish I still had it. It was so fun. You could hear me and my friend like laughing in the background because we knew it was stupid looking. But
every once in a while, when I get really bored, I'll make like those stop motion videos. Those things take forever.
I tried stop motion once, but like I didn't realize that there was a delay when I pressed play on the video camera. So I did like all these frames, but there was nothing there because you press play and stop. But because it was only a very short period of time, the camera hadn't actually like realized, I'm supposed to record now. So didn't get any of it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but that was like years ago.
So Pocari, I didn't ask this at the beginning of the episode to fully introduce yourself, although we kind of got a tidbit of an intro. I wanted to delve a bit further into who you are, if you wouldn't mind.
So yeah, well basically I'm Australian, if you can't tell from the accent. My main sort of fursuit that I have was commissioned from More for Less. He's like a blue and white kangaroo, and his name is Pocari Roo because his design is based off a Japanese sports drink called Pocari Sweat, which sort of has a similar design. Yeah, so like soda roos are a thing. Kangaroos based off beverages because I was inspired by Monster Roo, which by the name is a kangaroo based off Monster Energy. So that's sort of how that all started, and then just got bored and decided to make a video about fursuit tips one day because there really wasn't much out there on YouTube at the time. Like back then, like this is like 2014, 2015, like furry YouTubers weren't really a thing. Like there was a couple, but definitely no, furry YouTubers.
Oh yeah, I remember when furry YouTube was primarily like 10 or 11-year-olds showing off their like cardboard fursuit heads and there weren't like real furry YouTubers. I think the only like big furry YouTubers I watched were like Beast Cub. It was a lot of fursuit makers just showing off their work in like little 1-minute videos. Well, like, and
there was also Differently, which had like Shag Habit and all that. Like they were like one of the main inspirations for me starting YouTube. So many thanks to them.
We interviewed them in the past, and it was just like one giant nonstop laugh fest because their stories were so hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all three together anymore, though. I think they're kind of separated, which is a bummer.
So I think they were all like studying together or something, so they all just kind of lived together, but now they've all sort of moved on. But Shia's doing really well on Twitch now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's a Twitch partner and everything.
Oh, that's cool. I noticed that on your video that I just got like notifications to like that you had mentioned us in your video, and so I go and watch it. I'm like, we got a mention. So like I went in there and I'm like, Oh, I know that guy. One of the guys that's in your feature is Keat Locke.
Ah, yes.
One of our good friends. He just lives up
Huh.
here in Utah. So,
Yeah.
really cool guy.
Yeah, I love his streams. He's so funny.
He's so funny. He's just a funny guy.
Yeah.
What about differently's like YouTube videos inspired you? Was it like the skit based or the comedy or?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I definitely do like their comedy and like their editing style, and just like being able to just get up there in front of a camera, put a suit on, just do dumb stuff. Like, I liked that prospect, so that sort of gave it my own flair. Because I was also inspired by, do you know Fursuiting World?
Yes.
Grave. Yeah, they also used to be on YouTube. But then something happened and they had to move from YouTube to Vimeo. But there was like a year or two break where they just didn't exist. So I'm like, oh, look, there's this kind of this gap for like someone in fursuit doing sort of helpful kind of videos. So maybe I'll give it a go.
What is the purpose of Vimeo, anyways? I kind of feel like Vimeo is like where YouTubers go to die.
It's mainly like for portfolios and stuff, I'm finding. So it's where like a lot of like animation students and like graphic design students and things will sort of make their video folios and put them there. Also like short films, like it's all very, very artsy.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Just like never really just seen like dedicated videos that are like YouTube based, like everything, because that's like the conglomerate. Everything is YouTube. So it's just like, who goes to these other subsites? I've never even heard of them. Well, Vimeo I heard of like a couple of years ago, and I still don't even.
Yeah, and like Vimeo, you have to pay for to get the basic features that YouTube gives you for free for like, you know, upload times and qualities and things. Like you have to get Vimeo Pro to get like the standard YouTube experience.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, my fiance is an animator, and she was complaining about Vimeo being like penny pinching with stuff like that too. Yeah. But luckily, a lot of portfolio items for college animators are like 2 to 3 minutes long.
Yeah,
typically.
Yeah, because I did start on Vimeo as well, because I know Fursuiting World went to go move there. It's like, oh, maybe I should do that too, because like there's less scary people on Vimeo. But then you learn to just stop caring about dumb YouTube comments.
YouTube is like, you can get a lot of good comments on there, but I feel like there's a lot of repeat comments as well. At least for me as a fursuit maker, I get a lot of kids going, make me this for free, or how do you do this, or where do you buy fur? And I'm like, Google it.
Yeah, like most of the annoying, nasty comment people you get are people who are either really, really young and have nothing better to do, or people who are sort of like projecting their own issues. Because like I had this one dude on Instagram years ago that was just commenting all this horrific crap on like all my photos. So I sent him a DM and like, I'm going to have fun with this guy. And I started throwing insults back at him and I won.
Nice.
But then I felt really bad because he's like, oh, I only do this because, I get bullied at school and my big brother bullies me. So I go online to bully others because it makes me feel better. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. But yeah, they've all got their own sort of stories.
There's always better constructive ways to get your emotions out rather than bullying, at least.
Yeah. But it was interesting just to get the other side for once.
Yeah, definitely.
I never really pay attention to those comments anymore. I still see them. We get updates and stuff like through our email from like for media's side, and so I'll go in there and be like, oh, someone made a question or someone made a comment. I'll go look at it and be like, I don't care. And I'll just keep going. I don't give two craps.
Well, we did have that struggle where we tried to make an Instagram for our podcast, and Space paid for an advertisement, and it was during Pride Month, so our episodes were all based around the LGBT community and stuff like that. And a bunch of non-furries found it and started just being absolutely disgusting, and actually got our Instagram account removed because people kept reporting it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Did you ever have to struggle with anything like that?
Yeah, that sucks.
Not particularly, because it's very rare that my content reaches like normies, because I make sure to sort of keep them into the areas where they sort of should be. But like I'm finding, because I've been dabbling in TikTok here and there, and with TikTok it's really easy to get into the like for you feed thingy of non-furries, because TikTok just sort of recommends things in a very weird sort of way. Like, it's not been too bad. I get the odd comment being like, well, you should join the gamers. Furries are lamer than gamers. But I've definitely seen on a lot of other furry TikToks, it's been a lot worse. Like, did you see that one where the girls, she made a head base, it was her first head base, and she went to go have a shower and she came back and the dog had found it and completely shredded it. Yeah. And then she made a TikTok about it and she was so distraught. She was in tears and all the comments, like for some reason it went viral and got to so many normal people feeds. And all the comments are like, that dog is a hero. That dog did you a service. Oh my God, I love that dog. It's like, oh, you're better off now. Like it was.
And it's so sucky because you could tell it was like an 11 or 12-year-old kid. And I'm like, these are like, it's sad. I was actually going through her profile because I was seeing if she had repaired it, because if she didn't, I was thinking of messaging her and making her one for free. But she ended up fixing it and being really happy with it. And I was like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, she bounced back really hard. Like if I was her age on TikTok at that time, I would have like never gone back.
Oh my gosh, so, yeah. If TikTok existed when I was young, I would have been so discouraged because I already had a lot of bullying when I started fursuit making in the early 2000s, and that was like, and TikTok's a little bit. You gotta have thick skin for TikTok.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I feel like TikTok's like Vine on steroids, but it's like exposed to everyone.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. And you can have them longer than 6 seconds, so.
I kind of liked the 6 seconds though, because it made you become like super creative about how you were going to do your content.
Yeah, it was like we had thousands of different 5-second film people. It was great.
It was so cool.
Did they ever announce why they took down Vine? I can't remember why it's gone.
I know that Twitter bought Vine, and then they wanted everyone to flock to Twitter and not go to Vine. So from what I understand, they decided to close the app. But it kind of backfired on them, and ever since they did that, Twitter's been losing stock.
Oh wow!
Like dramatically, and it's been forecasted that within the next 5 years or so, Twitter will no longer be a thing. It will probably.
I wonder what the new Twitter's going to be, because I like being able to just have it's like Facebook but less steps.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they're going to need someone to come in and kind of retool it if they want it to become better. It's okay now, I guess, for what it is. I don't really have any problems with it, but I never really understood why would you take a really successful application and then just shut it off? Like that's a good money-making machine right there.
I mean, wasn't that another thing that was discussed? Because like Vine didn't have any ads, so it didn't really have a way to make money. So it was kind of just like a money sink, I suppose.
And that's probably maybe one of the reasons why they shut it down, but they could have made a lot of money if they decided to put ads in there, because then that means the ad companies and like, who knows, marketing companies would then have to be really creative with that 6 seconds. They can do it. It would have been really
they do that on TikTok as well. Like as you're scrolling through your feed, every now and then like an ad will pop up and it's like short, usually not clever, but it's just a short one, and you can scroll straight past it. But you were exposed to an ad, so TikTok made a little bit of money, and there's millions of people on there.
My absolute favorite ads are the ones from Geico and the ones from State Farm. They're just insurance companies, but they make absolutely no sense, and they usually last about 10 seconds, and I'm just like, what did I just watch? I want to research your insurance, but man, that was awesome.
Well, if it sticks in your head, then their advertising worked.
Do you think that maybe on Instagram, the reason why you haven't really reached the normies, do you actually advertise on Instagram, or do you just kind of do your own thing?
Yeah, I kind of just do my own thing. Like, I've definitely fallen off Instagram because for some reason, Instagram really doesn't like my 2.0 suits. So I have a really hard time posting any 2.0 Pocari photos on there without comments being like, oh, where's the old one? Oh, we like your old one better. So I'm like, okay, well.
I remember that.
Like, everywhere else is fine. It's just Instagram. It's so annoying.
I think there's something about Instagram and TikTok both where there's a lot of minors on there, and minors just don't have the empathy that adults do. And don't have the brain power to like. I'm not saying that they're dumb, but they don't think through what they're like saying, you know. And I work with kids, like I teach, so I know that like first graders have no filter. I can't imagine fifth graders who are more hormonal are going through. High schoolers maybe they're a bit better when they're older, but like,
high schoolers are awful. What are you talking about?
The high schoolers are okay. They're funny.
It's like 50-50 on whether they're going to be good or bad.
It depends on if you're working with 9th graders or 12th graders, too. Like, there's a big gap.
Do you do any advertising at all, like with YouTube, or do you just kind of like...
Not particularly. Like, I kind of just take up little opportunities like this, really, just to sort of get more involved and get more engaged in people and sort of keep a presence, and that's really all I do. Like, did I? No, I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I've ever, like, specifically bought advertising for YouTube channel. I've done it for, like, artwork commissions and things before, but not for YouTube.
Patreon is your main support, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
So that's been super handy. Like, I wouldn't even be able to do this if not for Patreon, because that's how this became my full-time job in the first place. Because, like, we just moved to a new place, and I was having a really hard time finding work there because I'd done, like, lots of retail stuff before that. But it was, like, a place in the middle of nowhere. It's very, very beachy, kind of bushy kind of place. It was really awesome. But yeah, there was very little jobs going around. So my wife's like, hey, maybe you should try doing, YouTube as your full-time thing. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think anyone cares. I've only got like 10K subs. Like, no one's going to give a crap. And then like after like 2 weeks of badgering me, I finally caved and like made a Patreon. And it's like within like the first week, I had enough people to cover my rent. So I'm like, oh, this is what I'm doing now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Comparing that like now to when you started, like, it's so different when you're new compared to when you're a little more seasoned as a content creator. What were some challenges you had when you were newer specifically versus, today when
I guess just sort of making it worth it, because now people are like giving me money and stuff, so I want to like up my quality, but I can only learn at a particular pace. So I feel like I was getting paid at a higher rate of what I was capable of. So I always felt really bad if I did like a video or something that fell kind of short, because like then people aren't really get what they signed up for, but then they are, but they're not. But that was pretty much it. Oh, and also I didn't future-proof many of my Patreon rewards, because like when I first started up, and like I think it was like at the $40 tier or something, like I'd send you like a little Australian care box with like lots of Australian snacks and goodies and things.
That's cute.
I forgot to factor in postage.
Yeah.
And how expensive it would to buy all the different things. So like by the time I had 10 or like 15 people on that tier, I was like losing money. So I'm like, okay, I need to rework this. So
yeah,
but again, I never expected it to go that well anyway. So yeah, I had to get future proof.
Gosh. Yeah, I could definitely see that. My goodness.
You have such a cute Patreon account. I'm sorry, I just like looking at it right now.
Taking a squiz at my Patreon.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, this is adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Select the tier here and take a look and see what's good. Yeah, look good.
Hey, what's good? Let me shop.
What's good, yo?
I'm so behind on art rewards.
Is Pocari 2.0 the more recent one?
The darker fur one. So like it's less toony than my first one, because that's more flares. It's definitely more Roo-like. It looks like he's kind of matured a little bit, and like I still like it, but it's been quite the dramatic style change. So I think that's why a lot of people have been quite apprehensive against it. But like I like them both. It's like apples and oranges. Like neither one is better than the other.
I do remember the older one, which now makes sense. Like I don't think I've ever really. If I wasn't looking at a name, I probably wouldn't have drawn the two together. But now that I know,
yeah,
it makes more sense.
Yeah, the older one is definitely how most people know me, because I 2.0 I got for MFF 2018. He debuted there, so I've only had him for like just over a year now. Meanwhile, poor old more for less Pocari, I think he's coming up to 5-6 years old now.
Yeah, with heavy use, that becomes a suit that gets up in age. I have one that's about that old too.
Yeah, like he doesn't leave the house anymore. Like I still use him in videos and things because he looks fine on camera, but in person you can definitely see that he's getting a bit mank, and you can see some of the matting, not the matting, the backing of the fur.
Yeah,
it's coming through in some parts, and like if I brush him, he becomes immediately unbrushed the moment I move an inch, so that annoys me. So yeah, he stays home now.
Gotcha. I definitely like the new suit. It does have a more kangaroo look to it.
I love having a pouch. Yeah, every suit should have a pouch. It's so handy.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to put little pockets in the newest suit I'm making for myself on the inside to keep all my diabetic supplies in. Like, I got insulin in my thighs.
Oh my god.
Awesome. But I made a lot of design changes for the next suit as well, because when I first designed Pocari, I didn't do it in a very practical way, and there's a lot of white markings that touch the ground. That was a mistake. So everything that's like on the ground got changed to like a dark blue, and now it's fine.
That works good. So what types of videos would you say that you make? And like, I know you have multiple series. Yeah. I don't remember how many you have, but I know there's like a few.
Yeah, like the main one I have is called The Bottle, and the joke in that is that it's a bottle episode, which like in TV means it's an episode that's filmed primarily in one sort of room. So that's called a bottle episode. Therefore, the same as me because I'm filming it all in one room, and I'm a soda roo because bottles of drinks and yeah, no one gets it, but it's just sort of stuck. But yeah, so that's basically just, I wouldn't really call it vlogs. Like, it's just sort of tutorials-ish, tips, opinions, talking about stuff, sharing some of the things I think are really cool, and just sort of hanging out.
They're kind of like vlogs. I would say it's like it always videos like that always remind me of like when you're just chilling on the couch with your friends and you're talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, really.
Yeah, it's a really nice,
very one-sided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a favorite type of series that you do?
Actually, my toy reviews, but no one watches them.
What? I love the weird tail ones when you like tore open.
That one was like one of my most successful ones I've ever done. That one was actually okay, but like some of my other ones, like Shopkins and unboxing stuff, like those are the ones I enjoy doing the most. But like they get the least views, so it's like I want to do them, but I'm not making back the money that I'm using on buying the toys.
Yeah, that's a shame because I know I've for a couple years now I've been wanting to start a like. I don't want to say toy review. It's more like toy history. I love collecting. I have a lot of toys. I collect like vintage and old and like fandom stuff. Like I collect Charizards. I have over like 130 of them in my room.
That's
so like I want to like get in a fursuit and I want to like take 1 or 2 toys per episode and tell the history behind them. Like this one was recalled because sewing needles were in them, or this one came out in 1996 and it was an old carnival toy. They're filled with styrofoam because of this, and like just informational stuff. But I'm like, I feel like no one would watch them.
Well, you got a view from me. I will definitely watch those.
Maybe someday I'll get to it when I have more time.
I'm gonna have to watch one of them tonight just because Felix and I love to watch. Oh my god, I can't think of what the guy's name is. He's in the UK, but he does a lot of like reviews of like Poundland and a few of these like toys and stuff, and he always has like a chair. It's like this old grandpa chair. Yeah, Ashens. Exactly.
I watch Ashens a lot. He's like actually one of my favorite channels. And when we went to ScotiaCon, one of the first things I did was go to Poundland and I bought a Poundland mug.
Nice.
And it was so cool going through Poundland, looking at all the things he's reviewed.
They're a lot of fun to watch. And you should keep doing them. I think you should keep doing them.
Yeah, I'll keep sticking at it because it'd be cool to be able to like sort of put my foot in the door of toy reviews as well, because then I can like sort of widen my audience a bit, because there's no real like toy channels where there's like a mascot costume or anything like that. It's always like a kid or an adult. So I'm hoping maybe I could tap into a niche there, but so far it's still only furries.
There's like this really interesting... I'm gonna have to ask my boss about this tomorrow, but she turned me on to this one guy who collects these like they come in little like egg-shaped type of plastic containers, and you pop them open and they're like a ketchup bottle but they're mini ketchup bottles and they're mini products. Mini brands. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're like Shopkins, but without faces.
Yeah. There's a guy that just does that purely. And so I was watching some of his videos and I'm like, oh my god, this is so pointless, but I absolutely love watching this. I don't know why. That'd be fun.
It's just really cool seeing where toys are at nowadays.
This would be a more expensive video to do, but doing some kind of... It would combine furry and toys. Doing a review on like a custom plushie maker of some kind would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that would be way cool.
Well, a good one for that would be, do you know Build-A-Fur? They're a new one that's popped up, and they've done a plush for Beta. They did a plush for Aurora. And I know they've got a lot of upcoming ones, like one for Adler and all that. And yeah, they advertise like doing like commission plush runs of your character. So that'd probably be a good one to do a review on.
That'd be cool.
And the person behind it's also really lovely.
That's good. So you said you like making toy review videos, but sometimes it's hard to like get views on them to make money. Would you say that's like one of the hardest part of making YouTube videos is trying to find that balance?
Yeah, you gotta find like what is it that you want to do and what is it that your audience wants. Like it's really hard to decide which to do. Like sometimes I'll just be like, screw it, I'm doing what I want to do today. But then there's other times where it's like, I should really do what people are asking for, or at least try and mix them somehow. Because like sometimes you do something you want to do that your audience didn't even know they wanted, so that's always really nice.
Yeah, then that's new feedback.
Yeah.
But do you ever like come across a time where you're just like, this is what this is what the viewers want to watch, but not necessarily something I want to do? Have you ever come across that kind of moment
Yeah,
Where you
because
have
was it people keep asking me for an update on like all my fursuits or an update on all my characters? It's like I just did one like barely a year ago. Not much has changed, but the people are still requesting an update. It's like I don't see the point in this. What is it? I know there's like another kind. Or it's like when people request like a type of video that heaps of other YouTubers have already done, and I don't feel like I can really add anything to it. I don't like to do videos like that unless I have something more to contribute.
I wonder if making a video about video topics you want to make to get feedback in the comments would be entertaining for people. Like, I wonder if that would be fun for people, because then they could be like, oh, that sounds fun, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, okay. No, I really like that idea. I'm going to totally do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it just the views
like
that you look at? Like when you're making these videos for toy reviews or whatever, is it just the views that you're looking at, or are you looking at the analytical data behind it?
Sort of a bit of everything. Like it's not always just about the numbers. Like I still, got to take my enjoyment into it and like engagement stuff as well. Like engagement is probably my biggest thing. So it's like people are commenting about it, people getting excited about it, people are asking stuff about it, like getting that sort of hype train going. Because like if I'm getting lots and lots of engagement but not many views, then I'm fine with that. Like there was that video, that furry science one I did where I like tested fur against like lots of other random stuff to see how it went. Yeah, like the views on that one actually weren't as well as I was hoping, but the comments I got on that were really good. People were like, oh, this is really useful. I'm going to show this to my fursuit making friend, and like because of that, I was like really happy with how it went. Like it sort of had the impact that I wanted it to, despite not having as many views.
That video actually inspired me to try to tie dye a piece of fur.
Oh, how'd that
go? Did not work very well, but it inspired me to try it.
Oh, that's cool. No, I need to do another one like that, but like testing one very particular bad stain against multiple different cleaning products to see how that goes. Like I really want to do a video on stains on fur versus vodka because the vodka was actually really good at cleaning the fur before. So it didn't smell at all. Like it was awesome. So I want to see if we can clean fursuits with vodka. And then I could buy vodka as a work
vodka would dry it out, though.
No, it should be fine because faux fur is made out of plastic.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
that's why when fur's really matted, you can actually unmat it with like a hairdryer because you just sort of slightly melt it a little bit and get it malleable enough to brush it back into shape.
Yeah, I have a tutorial on that on my TikTok channel. I had I had a whole yard of pink fur that was so crimped from being stored for like 3 years in my workspace. And I was like, I'm just going to take a hairdryer to it. And it worked.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite tricks because it's so satisfying.
So what is your favorite part of like video making as a whole?
Editing, actually. I always procrastinate on writing because I hate the writing. So like sometimes videos can be really late just because I haven't had the writing mojo. But once it's written and filmed, I just smash through the editing. That's where I have the most fun and the most creativity.
Is it because, and I have to wonder because I do all the editing for our episodes, it's because you're listening to things or you're watching things that you just didn't really think of before. And it's like, oh my God, this is going to be so good.
Yeah, like you're molding the final product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing it all together. So I think like if I ever like stop doing YouTube someday, I'd probably still love to just be someone's editor in the background.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It really is interesting. Like you can record, like we can record episode upon episode, but when it comes down to like the editing, and of course like I got to listen to the whole thing. And sometimes I listen to it like multiple times to make sure I got it right. I have to say the most enjoyable part is the editing, not the end product. I just love hearing all the things. Like, of course, I've like things too that like either myself or Bean will say like during an episode, and I'm like, oh my God, did we just literally say that? I'm keeping that.
Yeah. Because like I especially like when I do all the little editing tricks here and there just to like emphasize like a part of humor or whatever, like or like making my own meme and things, like going into After Effects and be like, oh, look at all these things I could do. I could do this, and this, and like completely change how it went. And like, because my mantra is if I think of something and I know how to do it and it would improve the video, then I have to do it. And if I don't know how to do it, I need to learn to do it. So sometimes that can make it be delayed by a few days because I'm trying to learn how to do stuff. But yeah, it's always really fun.
But that's quality, though. I mean, you can't really sacrifice quality. If you know that you can learn it and improve it, then it's
there's been so many times where I've just like ummed and ahed. It's like, oh, I kind of just want to be done with this video, but I could do this really cool thing, but I kind of want to go to bed. Yeah.
I remember in one video you could hear one of your birds in the background and you like Photoshop
Yeah.
it in. I love that.
Yeah, they make their own
I own so many parrots.
Yeah.
You'll hear him screaming in our podcast sometimes, and Space is like, is that Toby? And I'm like, yeah, it's Toby. He's a screamer.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love hearing the extra noises in the background. I think it's more fun that way. Because sometimes they'll have people be like, "Are those birds in the background?" I'm like, "Yes."
I remember somebody in our comments on YouTube back when we posted stuff there, they were like, I hear kittens. And I'm like, that's not a kitten. That's three parrots in one bedroom.
Yeah, I guess it just makes it feel more organic.
Yeah.
It does. It gives it a little bit more realism. So it's not as like, I like to have, like, when it comes to like episodes and stuff, I don't want it to make it seem like everything is 100% edited and there's everything that's got a script. I like to have a little bit of actual realism somewhere. I think that's what keeps me excited about what we do and what we've done in the past, non-script and everything. And I love it. So try to keep it that way.
I find it really hard to do stuff unscripted when I'm by myself because I've got nobody to bounce off. So I generally script like 99% of my videos and will just like add little tidbits here and there as I think of them on the spot. But like now when I go to do a video without a script, half the freaking recording is just me like,
And that's understandable because, like, videography, talking is hard. Doing videos is a whole different game than, like, just audio alone. And having a script with things like that, it's so much.
Yeah, it helps the editing process afterwards as well when you get all the clips together because you know exactly like how like the pacing and the progress is supposed to be. It's like putting the puzzle back together.
Definitely, yeah. So do you work alone or do you have a team to help you? Because I know you said you were doing all the editing and obviously you film by yourself. Do you have anybody that usually pops in? Like,
no, it's just me. Like my wife helps me with like emails and like other correspondence and stuff. And of course helps me brainstorm and come up with ideas.
Gosh, does that ever get overwhelming with how large your channel has gotten?
A little bit, yeah. Like I definitely would like to hire my own editor just to edit down like streams into highlights or something for me because those are the bits I don't like editing because I don't like watching my own streams back. So it'd be nice to have someone to do that. How long does a
stream usually go?
Usually about 3 hours.
Whew. Oh no.
Yeah. So like I edited one of my playthroughs of Untitled Goose Game into a highlights video. It was like a 3-4 hour stream and like that 10-minute video took me like a week to edit down because I had to go and find all the highlights and anything worth actually putting into the video.
Oh no, that video was funny though. Hopefully it was worth it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I had to put some editing tricks in here and there to emphasize it a bit because it did get very boring very quickly. So it's like, quick, I'm falling asleep, put in a funny edit.
So you have so many subscribers to go through and comments are obviously really important, like feedback. Do you like how do you interact with your subscribers outside of like reading the comments, of course? Like, is there a favorite method of interaction, like emails or Twitter or anything like that?
Like, it is always nice to like go into the comments and like reply to the odd one here and there from like people who never ever expected that to happen. So it's always nice to sort of surprise people like that. But of course, Q&As are really fun as well. Like I like to be able to address people's questions like in a video format and do that for them. And like sometimes I'll get emails from like parents whose kids really, really love my video. Like I had one recently where this kid was having like, I think it was like a 13th or a 16th birthday party. And like the way she had planned it out like a furry con. Like they were going to have their own little mini dance comp and they had their own little dealers there and everything. And it was going to be so cool. But because of the virus, she couldn't have it anymore. And so she was so bummed. And the mum's like, hey, can you like, you know, maybe record a little video for her saying happy birthday or something. So I did it. And like she actually filmed a video for me of her daughter reacting to my video. And it was actually the cutest thing ever. Like I cried a little bit. But it's like,
that's so
just
cute.
Doing little things like that is definitely one of my favorite ways to engage with people.
Oh, I love that. So is that like, I know you keep your channel family friendly, getting a lot of interaction from like minors and from their parents, of course, because it's really, I know a lot of parents are weirded out by the furry thing. So having some family friendly channels to go to is probably helpful. Is that like one of the reasons you chose to do that?
Well, one of the reasons is pretty much because no one else really does. Like the furry fandom is like, well, definitely does have quite a large sort of sexual size where it's just the innuendos or whatever. Like, you know, we don't care, we're furries. But like, it's still nice to have that little other area where people can go to for a PG environment if they want it. Like, I'm not sort of, what's the word? Like, not denying that the other side exists, but it's nice to have a space that people can go to if that's what they want, kind of thing. If that's what it makes sense, I feel like I explained that badly.
I think it's great that you offer that, because it is a little hard to come by just have, because there are other YouTubers, of course, that they're not lewd or anything, but it might still, like, for more strict parents or for kids who just don't want to be in any kind of space that has anything
or
like
they'll
that.
throw in the odd like sexual joke.
It's just a good option.
Like...
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great opportunity you've given the younger side of the fandom.
Because there's so many times where like I'll go to recommend like other furry places, like furry artists or furry YouTubers, and I'll go through them. It's like, nope, R-rated, can't recommend you, God damn it. Like, it gets really hard to recommend people because I don't want to send my young audience to somewhere that isn't for young audiences, even though the creator is actually really cool. So it gets hard.
I bet. But it's worth it seems, in the end, especially for the people who watch. So what was the moment that you realized you could make YouTube your career?
Pretty much when Patreon actually started getting traction. It's like, oh, people actually want this. Okay, I guess I'll do it.
So how does Patreon work? Like, I know the gist of it, but when it comes to like having rewards and everything for so many people, I remember your old like introduction used to have this big reel on it. Like, I was like, dang, how does that work for you?
Yeah, well, the Patreon reels have gone through a few iterations now, because now it's actually at the end. Because like I was getting a lot of complaints from people who aren't patrons. We've been like, the intro is too long, it's so annoying. All the patrons do it in our face, yada yada yada. But like, you want to keep the patrons happy as well. So I had to. It's really hard to find a balance keeping the patrons happy and the general audience happy as well. Wow, that's a loud car. And did you guys hear that? Jeez.
Yeah, was it like a motorcycle or something?
Yeah, this is a low range mic. So it's just about finding that sort of balance and not overworking yourself as well. Because I'm definitely in over my head with art rewards at the moment. I'm so behind and I feel so bad, but I'm slowly getting through them. And that's pretty much it. Just making sure that you keep engaging, like don't leave anyone behind, answer questions, but also don't ignore your general audience either, because they are just as important. Because without general people watching your videos, you wouldn't have people finding your Patreon. So got to keep them happy too.
Yeah, that's true. With that, what would you say like a typical schedule or a day would look for you with like video making and YouTube being your job?
Okay, all plugged in.
Crunchy.
So pretty much like I'll spend.
I'm sorry, that tiny sound that came out of your mouth. It's like
I'm keeping it
myself on my chest. It's my adjusting squeak. So like it's like a typical like each day is different because you got to do each different stage of the video. So like Monday and Tuesdays like research and writing. So I'll usually spend most of the Monday like actually just doing the researching part, maybe making some notes for the script, and like other doing general things here and there, like doing some Patreon rewards or cleaning the house because I'm at home, so I do a bit of housework in my schedule and things. Then Tuesday, Wednesday is definitely writing day. Got to have the script done by Wednesday. Then I either filming on Wednesday or Thursday, and then editing end of Thursday and Friday, ideally. Usually it leaks into my weekend.
Do you usually try to give yourself weekends off?
Yeah, it's good to be able to have that time to clock off, because otherwise you lose your mind.
Oh my gosh, yes, I know that.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts of working at home, is that you never really leave work, because that's one of my things I liked about retail is like you go to work, you do the work at work, and then you go home. When you work at home is always work. So when you're relaxing at home, you feel kind of bad because you feel like you should be working, but you need to set yourself hours and days, otherwise you will burn out very quickly.
Yeah, I feel that hard as a fursuit maker. Like your studio is just always there, and it's like I could be doing this right now, but you have to set hours, definitely.
Yeah.
But I know, and I don't know if this is with like YouTuber, like your subscribers or Patreons. If you've ever had people that are like, "Well, you're home anyway. Why isn't this done?" I know with fursuit makers, it's like that. Sometimes they're like, "Why isn't this done yet?" It's like because it's not It's Saturday.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the thing. If patrons get too pushy and don't understand that I do need time off, they get yeeted. So,
good.
Yeah, like we've definitely had patrons before that feel like they've sort of bought us in a way. Like I say us because it extends to my wife in a way as well because she helps with art rewards. But yeah, so like they'll be like super duper picky and like berate us every day for the artwork and like demand things of us here and there because they paid for us, so therefore they feel entitled to be able to tell us what to do. Ooh. And like I've banned people at like my highest patron tiers before because like my integrity does not have a price.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah,
definitely don't do that. Ooh, that sounds bad.
Like it does suck to lose the money, but it's not worth it. What on earth is going out there? Jeez. What the hell, man?
Biker gang.
So I swear this is the same vehicle. Like the third time.
Because we live next to a dude who works on cars and stuff, so I think he's like test driving something.
My apartment in Atlanta is right next to a train station, so one time we were recording and Space was like, is that a train? I'm like, yes. We can feel it rattling our bedroom.
Wow.
It's always like it's so funny though because I've always had a host, like a co-host, that's always had like noises in the background. So like Punya would also have back in the day, she would have like railroads, or it would be like next to the highway and you could hear like a truck horn. And then with Bean, it's either, the pet shop in the background, or we have, the railroad in the background.
It doesn't bother us anymore. It adds to it.
No, I think it's fun.
One of the most annoying background sounds we get here, though, is like there's some kids in the house on the other side who are super duper into sports, and they like to use the corrugated iron fence as their goalpost. So you'll just be chilling in the house, and you just hear bang, and then be like, "What, goal!" And they'll just run around, and then bang on the fence just as they're kicking this ball at full pelt into this big metal fence that echoes around the entire block and has disturbed many of my recording sessions. I'm not salty.
Oh my god, I love the sport ball.
Sport ball. Oh dear.
So with some Patreons getting rowdy like that, are there any like other crazy experiences you've had like as a YouTuber? Stories from like whether they're from subscribers or just I don't know.
This really creepy one when I lived back up in Queensland, because like I would go to furry meets and stuff and like take fursuit photos and whatever. And then like one day I came onto like my emails and Twitter, and one guy had specifically like gone to each spot where I'd taken a photo and be like, haha, look how close I am to you. Look, I've been where you've been. Haha, where else are you? And I'm like, all right, cool. You walk on both sides of Psycho Street. That's a nope for me.
That's really scary. What the heck?
Yeah. Or like, there's this person that's been emailing me for like months. Just like, he's like, we need to meet up. You're in Melbourne now. You live in the same place as me. We need to meet. And I've just sort of left them because I'm not really sure how to respond to that. But
I think the best way is to ignore it.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're getting worse because, like, in each email, they were, referring to me as Pocari. But in the recent one, they referred to me as my real name. And now I'm concerned. Like,
you've never shared your like real legal name, have you?
It's there hidden in a couple of like older videos. Like, it's not impossible to find, but it's certainly not easy. Like, most people don't. So the fact that he knows, either he's like watched like all my videos like through and through a bajillion times, or something else. I don't know. Either way, it was just a really jarring shift to suddenly be called from Pocari to my actual name for no reason.
They haven't like sent you physically anything yet, have they?
No, but my PO box isn't open at the moment either.
Nice. Just do a show.
You said that somebody made a comment when they found out that you had a wife. Have you ever had anything being like a female creator?
Like, in regards to what?
Just being like, because I know most furry YouTubers tend to be male.
Yeah, they do, actually.
Yeah, so have you ever gotten any like sexist comments or anything like that before?
Not really, because most of the guys in the fandom want other guys, and the women are far few between, so it'd be pretty good.
Well, that's good. Well, I know sometimes it's like...
Because a guy realizes you're like a woman, they're like,
yeah, no, that's
gross.
what I was thinking. Like, sometimes it'll be like that.
I actually haven't really had that. Like, I've definitely heard of the experiences. I've had it happen to, like, friends of mine, but luckily, I don't really seem to have any first-hand experience with it. Or if I do, it's in the back of my mind. I've just pushed it out and I don't remember.
Yeah. That's good, though. I feel like it's not as common as some people would throw out there, but it definitely does happen. I know at FWA one year, somebody came up to me, like, in suit, and they were like, "Oh, you're Mossicle Suits, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And I like had my head off because we were going to the Headless Lounge, and they were like, "I didn't know you were a girl. That's a bummer." And I was like, "What does that mean? What the heck?
What the hell kind of comment is that?
Like, I was gonna commission you, but it's a bummer." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, good luck commissioning any fursuit maker because 90% of them are women."
Oh, you're a jerk. Oh, bummer. It's like I would rather be a girl than have a gross personality because at least that one could be fixed.
Yeah, for real. Oh, man. And just the fact that most fursuit makers are female, it's like, you're not going to get a fursuit made then, bro. Like,
how interesting. You think about that. Most YouTube channels are male, and then most fursuiters are female. Be kind of interesting to find out what dominates.
You mean fursuit makers?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Fursuit makers.
Interestingly, according to my YouTube analytics, most of my viewers are female. Which is actually a big surprise. Yeah.
I love analytics because I love how it breaks down everything. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
But it's so weird because like I'm in like a couple of furry YouTube chats and everyone's comparing analytics and they're pretty same where it's like mostly male and I bring in mine and it's like, what? Why is mine so different?
I wonder if it's an age group thing.
It might be. Like actually, let me pull them up. Hang on.
I'm going to do the same thing too now. I'm just kind of curious.
Because I'm pretty sure my main age group is, it's females aged between 18 and 24. According to my analytics, 69.1% of my viewers are female.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah. And then 41% are aged between 18 and 24. And most people come from the United States with 63%.
I was just going to ask, like, where are the most coming from? But never mind.
Yeah.
I think the U.S. has the highest furry population, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does make sense. And that's why I tend to release my videos really, really late at night for me because it ends up being in the morning in America and it works out really well. And then I get these comments from like Australians being, Pocari, why aren't you in bed? It's like, one, you're not my mum. Two, most of my audience is American. And then like second at 8.3% is United Kingdom. Then 5.4% you got Canada. And then finally Australia with 4%.
4%, that's...
sad.
That's all right. At least the Aussies are sick of me by now. I've been around here for so long.
I only know, outside of you, I only know one other Australian fursuiter personally. It was someone who commissioned me a long time ago. They took a picture with you like 3 years ago.
Wait, that's Luri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she's still around.
She's still like uploading pics and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's good. She's so nice.
Oh, I remember when she first got that, so it was so good.
Thanks. It's a little old now, but I'd love to make another deer.
Did you do, because I know she got another one. Did you make her 2.0?
Yeah, I did. I made her 2.0 probably like 3 years ago now.
Yeah. Wow, was that long ago now?
I think so.
Time flies.
Yeah, I've had like 3 different people now who've commissioned me when I first started like 8 years ago come back within the past like 3 years and be like, can you remake it? I would love to see it remade. I'm like, that's fun. Yes.
Yeah, you enjoy doing remakes?
I love it. It's so fun seeing what something I made forever ago looks like new.
So our demographics are complete opposites.
Oh, really?
62% are male, 37% are female.
Huh. That's interesting.
That is crazy. And I think like the highest age range is 18 to 24.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
I have 1.4% viewers that are over 65 years old. It's like, where are you amazing old people that are watching my video?
Oh, that's awesome.
They're all like they're just like in like old folks' homes.
Yeah. They just have me like on repeat in the background.
Dad, Grandpa's watching the furries again.
I've got one in my emails at the moment. There's this dude, I can't remember how old he said he was, but he's definitely like grandpa age, and he's like just discovered the fandom, and he's made his own fursuit, and he's making YouTube videos, and he's getting right into it, and it's the coolest thing to see.
That's cool. I love seeing that. Someone's just discovering it.
I do feel bad because like I know a lot of the older furs do have a bit of trouble getting started into it, because I know one of my friends, who's like, I wouldn't call him grandpa age just yet, but definitely a lot older than the majority of the furries that came to the meets here. And like, he basically got kicked out because everyone just thought he was creepy because he's old. And like, he is the sweetest being ever, but everyone discriminated against him and essentially just like walked out the fandom because no one was really welcoming him anyway. So now he like goes to like RSPCA charity events and things and uses all his fursuits there, and he's living his best life now.
Man, and there's such a big like opportunity for all ages to be included in the fandom, and I know a lot of younger people compared to. All right, I've been in this fandom for 10 years. No, I've made fursuits for 10 years. I've been in the fandom for probably 12. So I remember when I started, it was mostly like older people. And then the demographic started to go a bit younger. And then people who were on the older side started to feel kind of excluded. And I remember like last year there was a lot of like posts about that for coming from gray muzzles, and it made me so sad because they're the ones that do all the work.
Exactly. Like there were those things like I can't remember who said it, but there was like a group of young furries being like, if you're over 30, you don't belong in the furry fandom, and everyone's like, who do you think is running your cons?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it makes no sense to gatekeep based on age.
Definitely not.
But there is definitely no denying that the average furry demographic is definitely getting younger by the day.
It is. Yeah, and I mean, I think it's fine. You know, there's always going to be a cycle when it comes to small fandoms like this. So it's just something that naturally happens, I think.
Yeah. I was just thinking aloud. It's like, so is there a cycle where the fandom gets younger and younger and younger, and then parents freak out, stop their kids engaging in it, and then the fandom goes back to being old again, and then the cycle repeats?
Oh my gosh. The furry water cycle.
I feel like it is though.
Yeah.
Or there's that they get older and start to like do their own art stuff, and like then the older generation fades out. I don't know. That would be interesting to research. I wonder how that works.
I just came across a TikTok and it's called the social distancing stick, and it's a cattle prod.
Oh no. Wow.
No. Oh my god.
I prefer to social distance via Zorb ball.
What is that?
Yeah, that's what we were actually thinking about this the other day up at the hospital. We're like, wouldn't it be cool if we all got like hamster balls and just ran around? Cause like distraction, but we'd all be 6 feet apart.
That's great. I would love
so
to.
You either social distance or you get bowled over. Your choice.
Right? It'd be a lot of fun.
It would be.
I'd be running around everywhere.
Oh my god, the stupid car! Would you heck off already?
He's zooming.
Sweet. Oh, I'm so excited to edit this now.
Where all the car and
my
neighbors at?
Yeah. No. No. I don't like the plane and car furries. I don't even get how and why it's
More for Less made a plain one. It was kind of cool.
Oh, I know them. They're a friend of mine.
I like it.
That's normie. Yeah. I love Aeromorpho just because it's so different, and like the fact that people can find that sort of relation to an aircraft as we do with like animals is just really interesting to me, because like the person who has that plane suit is really into, of course, like aircrafts and things. Like they're always going to air hangars, and like that suit is based off their favorite plane, so she's always like posting pictures with it and everything. Like it's really cool.
I mean,
I can't remember if she owned a plane or not, but
there is an Animal Crossing character that's like an alligator airplane looking thing, so why not?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Anything can be a persona if you believe.
Just as long as you have the magic and money for art.
Because I did a video about that on like where to sort of get inspiration for your persona. I'm like, you can be anything, even an inanimate object. And someone's like, I'm going to make my persona off a toaster, lol. And I'm like, please do.
Oh
I
my
would love
God.
to see it.
I remember seeing some fursuits that had some electronic aspects, and their tails were like plugs, like electrical.
Oh, they're
plugs?
the bats.
Yeah, they're bats.
Yeah, the bats that I'm pretty sure Batitude made. Yeah, but yeah, they plugged into each other, and that was the cutest
It was
thing.
adorable.
I love those suits. Yeah, I think it was Batitude. Don't quote me on that.
So do you have any advice for any up-and-coming furries who want to start their own YouTube channel?
No, the thing I usually say when asked that is like, don't do it because you want to be popular or, you know, you want to find an amazing career and be the next mug player. Like, do it because you enjoy making videos and like you'll be satisfied with your end product. Like, I always try to make videos that I myself would enjoy watching, because if I can make a video and sit through it and not hate myself, then I feel like I've done a pretty good job. So as long as you enjoy the video making process and you can be satisfied with your work as is before even uploading it, then you'll have a good time.
Oh yeah, that's really solid advice, because I know there's a few artists that I knew personally that got really burned out really fast because they just wanted to build an audience. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to interact with the fandom in that way, because you can build a lot of relationships and friendships that way. But if just that number, that subscriber count is your sole goal, then you're not going to have as good of a time.
No, you're not going to and people can I feel like people can sort of sense it in your videos as well when your heart's not in it and you're just doing it to try and get popularity. Like, without that genuineness, people aren't really going to stick around.
Definitely not. And then I feel like if you're people who will just hop on trends and will try to make videos that they think other people will like, but if they don't enjoy it, then it definitely is more dry, and it's a lot of repeat content.
Yeah. Oh, and always work on pacing. Pacing is the main thing that I see a lot of people sort of ignore. Like, they leave in their long pauses, their ums and ahs, and just leave a lot of stuff in the video that really isn't adding anything to it. Like, quantity doesn't always equal quality when it comes to YouTube videos. Like, you want to keep it snappy and keep people's attention now, because things like TikTok are really popular and they're like very short videos. Like, people's attention span for videos is getting shorter. So you want to be able to keep that engagement going and pace it well.
Definitely, yeah. Especially with the style of videos that you do. I feel like the only long videos that do get attention are things like Let's Plays. I can't think of any other kind of video where the longer the better, you know?
Yeah, or like documentaries or series that are already established, say game theory or something. Like, people who are already known for doing that sort of thing. Like, when you're getting started, it gets a bit harder. But again, belay that if you're enjoying it.
All right. Do you have any do you want to take a moment to share your social media pages with the listeners? Any shout outs you want to give, or any messages you want to just send out to the general public, anybody who's listening?
Well, first I'm going to smack this bike in the face.
Oh my gosh, is it a bike or a car?
Bike. Big time. These are really fun.
Hey, it worked. It's gone.
Space, you want me to restart that?
No, we're keeping that. That's a genuine. This is a genuine reaction from all of us.
Okay, but yeah, for the social medididibidibidis, so my YouTube is just youtube.com/Pocari Roo, so that's POCARIROO, because I'm a kangaroo. Some people still don't know that, despite the name. Then, same for Twitter. Instagram, there's just a dot in the middle because someone beat me to the...
Oh, you know they did it on purpose.
Yeah, well, it was kind of my own fault because, I did have that at the beginning, and then I changed it briefly for an April Fool's joke without realizing that once you do that, it becomes immediately available. So then someone yanked it. Oh. Yeah. And then I think that's pretty much all of my socials. Either way, I'm pretty sure I've got, my link tree on Twitter and stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Linktree is so helpful.
Another place to find me. I like Linktree.
I've never heard of Linktree.
It's literally just a website where you have links to all your social stuff. It's just got your face and then buttons of all the places to find you. So instead of posting a million different social links, you just post the Linktree link, and then people can click on the ones that they want to go
Space, we need to do that.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm writing on the notes right now.
Yeah, it gets all your socials in one nice, neat link.
But yeah, thanks for coming on to our show. We'll definitely have to have you back again sometime.
Yeah, it was really fun talking with you.
That's so good. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. I'm kind of sad we're ending already.
Well, folks, if you guys ever have any questions, you want to have a guest on our show, you can just email us at talktothemuzzle@gmail.com. You can also Facebook us and tweet us as well. And then we're also on Telegram and Discord.
Yeah, our Discord chat is fairly new. So if you want to pop in and come say hi, we will be there.
Ooh, I'll totally do that.
Yep. All right. Thanks for joining in and have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.